My dear students, how to solve this problem in just fraction of seconds. Without any pen and paper you can solve it. But to explain, I am using this pen. So he's asking us to find out the dimensional formula for energy by gravitation constant. Energy by gravitation constant. So energy is considered to be E and gravitation can be taken as G here. Energy means force into displacement. Let us take displacement as R. Okay. And here gravity means it is equal to Fr square by m1 m2 because F is equal to G m1 m2 by R square. So I am taking G as Fr square by m1 m2. That's it. Your answer is ready. What you have to do is just cancel out this. Okay. Cancel out force. Radius. Instead of distance I am taking radius. Radius is also length only. So therefore what is left here now? This m1 m2 is left. This m1 m2 comes to the numerator. It is going to become m square. And what is left? 1 r is left here. Okay. This r comes to the numerator. It becomes L here. L comes to numerator means L power minus 1. That's it. T is not there in this formula, so T power 0. So your answer is ready. This is the first option is going to be your answer. Hope you have enjoyed. Okay, my dear students. How are you going to solve this previous year question of average speed? It's a wonderful question. Easy question also. Let me discuss how can you solve this problem now. So here, it is said in the problem that a body travels d1 first half of the distance and d2 the second half of the distance, and the speeds of traveling is in the first half of a distance it moves with speed v1, in the second half of the distance it moves with speed v2. Then what is the general formula? The general formula is average speed is nothing but total distances traveled by total time taken. Okay, so total distance traveled by total time taken. If you observe in the problem, there is no discussion of time in the problem. So this is coming under the category of distance average speed. As there is no discussion of time, you have to replace the time here. You all know one thing, that here v is equal to d by t means you can write t is equal to d by v. That's it. You can replace here d1 plus d2. You can write t1 as d1 by v1 plus t2 as d2 by v2. As there is no discussion of time, I am going to replace it with d by v. That's it. It's very simple. And you also know here that d1 is equal to d2 is equal to d by 2. That's it. You can just substitute here and get the answer. So v average is equal to, instead of d1 you'll write d by 2, again d by 2. Here in the denominator also d by 2 divided by v1 plus d by 2 divided by v2. And what are you going to do? Just common out d by 2 here. V average is equal to, if you common out d by 2, you will be getting 1 plus 1. Here if you common out d by 2, you will be getting 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. That's it. You can just cancel out this one. They will be getting 2 by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2, which is equal to v average. That's it. You can do one thing here. Transfer va this side and this fraction that side. You'll be having a option like 2 by va is equal to 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. So va you have transferred below 2 and the remaining you have transferred towards the right side. That's it. Your answer is ready. Okay, so your correct option is going to be the B option. That's it. Hope you have. My dear students, after doing thousands of problems, we physics lecturers will understand some logic for solving the problem, some shortcuts and logics which may create magics. If you don't learn this type of magic, your life end up with tragic. So what is the magic behind this? So you might have seen that he's asking us to find out the percentage error. If you observe here, he's asking us to find out the percentage error in this problem. But what is the simple logic behind that? The percentage relative error will be very close to the values which are given here. If you observe these values, okay, So that will be very close to all these values. Percentage error will be very close to these values. This is the logic behind that. If you learn this logic, it will be highly magic. Super. You will appreciate what type of simple method it is. So what is the simple logic? That your answer will be very close to what we have said. So all these are very close to 1.6. Very close to 1.6. So one thing is that instead of doing all this long process and after that you are getting 1.6 percentage, why don't you understand the logic that this type of problems will give the same results? If you want, I can show you one more example. Comment me below, I will tell you one more example of this type. So your answer, without doing, just by observation, you can tell that the answer is 1.6, which is very close to all these values which are given here. Okay. My dear students, how to solve the problems of integration and differentiation in motion in one dimension. So this is a PYQ given in NEET here. If you observe this PYQ here, he has given us to find out the acceleration. The displacement is given by x is equal to 8 plus 12t minus tq. And you have to find out the differentiation of this, then you will get velocity. One time if you differentiate, you will get velocity. And second time if you differentiate, you will get an acceleration. You know about this. So let us go ahead now. So here, velocity means dx by dt. So for constant, differentiation is 0. And next is 12. Okay. And dt by dt will become 1 here. Minus. You all know that the formula is d by dx of x power n can be written as nx power of n minus 1. This is the basic formula for differentiation. So this formula, if you apply here, what are you going to get now? Let us see. So here it is going to become 3 into t power of 3 minus 1, because nx power of n minus 1 means here power is 3 here, so 3 into t power of 3 minus 1. So what is left here? Velocity 12 minus 3t square, because 3 minus 1 is going to be 2 here. Okay, so we got velocity, but what is an acceleration? You all know acceleration means again you have to differentiate velocity with respect to time. So for 12, which is a constant, the differentiation is going to be 0 minus 3 t square. If you differentiate, you'll get 2t power of 2 minus 1. Okay, so finally what are you going to get now? Acceleration. So you are getting an acceleration a is equal to minus 60. A is equal to minus 60. We got an acceleration as a is equal to minus 60. But in the problem, if you observe, find the retardation when the velocity becomes 0. That means you have to consider the velocity is equal to 0 here. This velocity which you are getting is taken as 0. So when you take that as 0, then what are you going to get now? Let us see here. So minus 3t square is equal to minus 12. Minus minus getting cancelled. So t square is equal to 12 by 3, which is equal to 4. Then after that you have to find out t. So what is t here? T is nothing but root 4, which is equal to 2 seconds. Then finally we got here velocity. We got when velocity is going to be 0, we got the time as 2 seconds. So if you substitute this time in an acceleration, then minus 6 into 2 is going to become minus 12 meter per second square. So your answer is 12. Okay. As he is asking retardation, so retardation is nothing but negative acceleration. So minus of minus 12 is going to be 12 meters. So this is the process of solving the problem. Hope you have. My dear students, in almost all the books, this problem of a drunkard is given, and they will all follow the lengthy process. A drunkard moves 5 meters forward, 3 meters backward, again 5 meters forward, 3 meters backward, again 5 meters forward, 3 meters backward. They will count all 5 meters, again come back, again go forward. This is waste of time. I'll tell you a smart way. Overall, how many steps he is moving? 5 meters forward, 3 meters backward means net how many steps he is moving forward. You know about that. Only 2 meters he is moving forward and he is taking 8 seconds. That is enough, no? 2 meters he is moving forward in just 8 seconds. So like that, so up to here 2 meters, okay? So 2 meters in 8 seconds. Again, next to 2 meters in 8 seconds. Again, next to 2 meters in 8 seconds. Again, next to 2 meters in 8 seconds. Up to 8 steps, 4 times he is taking 2 steps in 8 seconds. That is enough. Your 8 4s 32. What are you getting now? You are getting that 32 meters he is moving for every time he goes forward and backward. Net to 2 meters he is moving in 8 seconds. Like that 4 times if he repeats, he reach up to 8 meters 4 times. Because I am considering only overall steps. Just 2 meters he is moving forward. You should remember that much. No 8 meters, 5 meters forward, 3 meters backward. You will become a drunkard if you do that. So what I mean to say here is, overall 2 meters he is moving forward in 8 seconds. That is enough. Like that, 4 times if you move forward, 8 into 4, 32. And how many steps left here to fall inside the ditch? To fall inside the pit, how many steps are there? Yeah, still 5 steps are there. Enough. Okay. So 5 steps, he moves forward, fall into the ditch, never returns back. He is not an ordinary man. He is a superman, drunkard. So how can he come back? He fall into ditch, never come back. That's it. So smart way is 32 plus 5. That's it. 37. 37 seconds he take. For this type of problem, you are taking so much of headache that you are also becoming a drunkard. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. To solve the problems of integration and differentiation in motion in one dimension. So this is a PYQ given in NEET here. If you observe this PYQ here, he has given us to find out the acceleration. The displacement is given by x is equal to 8 plus 12t minus tq. And you have to find out the differentiation of this, then you will get velocity. One time if you differentiate, you will get velocity. And second time if you differentiate, you will get an acceleration. You know about this. So let us go ahead now. So here, velocity means dx by dt. So for constant, differentiation is 0. And next is 12. Okay. And dt by dt will become 1 here. Minus. You all know that the formula is d by dx of x power n can be written as nx power of n minus 1. This is the basic formula for differentiation. So this formula if you apply here, what are you going to get now? Let us see. So here it is going to become 3 into t power of 3 minus 1, because nx power of n minus 1 means here power is 3 here, so 3 into t power of 3 minus 1. So what is left here? Velocity 12 minus 3t square, because 3 minus 1 is going to be 2 here. Okay, so we got velocity, but what is an acceleration? You all know acceleration means again you have to differentiate velocity with respect to time. So for 12, which is a constant, the differentiation is going to be 0 minus 3 t square. If you differentiate, you will get 2t power of 2 minus 1. Okay, so finally what are you going to get now? Acceleration. So you are getting an acceleration a is equal to minus 60. A is equal to minus 60. We got an acceleration as a is equal to minus 60. But in the problem, if you observe, find the retardation when the velocity becomes 0. That means you have to consider the velocity is equal to 0 here. This velocity which you are getting is taken as 0. So when you take that as 0, then what are you going to get now? Let us see here. So minus 3t square is equal to minus 12. Minus minus getting cancelled. So t square is equal to 12 by 3, which is equal to 4. Then after that you have to find out t. So what is t here? T is nothing but root 4, which is equal to 2 seconds. Then finally we got here velocity. We got when velocity is going to be 0, we got the time as 2 seconds. So if you substitute this time in an acceleration, then minus 6 into 2 is going to become minus 12 meter per second square. So your answer is 12. Okay. As he is asking retardation, so retardation is nothing but negative acceleration. So minus of minus 12 is going to be 12 meters. So this is the process of solving the problem. Hope you have understood. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Okay, my dear students, are you able to see the lengthy method given here? Hope you are able to see the lengthy method given in the books. Instead of doing this problem by using this method, he is asking us to find out a train is at rest, moves with a constant acceleration. In a half minute, the brakes are applied and the train comes to rest in 1 minute. Okay. So first a train is accelerating and then it is decelerating. Whenever this type of problems will come in which acceleration is there, deceleration is there, the problem becomes very lengthy if you go by using equations of motions. It will may hurt your emotions and block your promotions also. My intention is to show you a simple method which is by using graph. By using graph, people will take autograph. So you can just use this problem and find out the displacement just by applying the graphical method, in which you can just write half into base into height. That's it. A single step method. Without pen and paper also you can solve if you are perfect in multiplication. So what is the base? 90. And what is the height? It is 60. That's it. You will be getting 2700 meters, which is nothing but 2.7 kilometers. Hope you have enjoyed this method. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. My dear students, if you want to conquer physics, then just follow the easiest mindset method. So create the easiest method for toughest problem. See, especially for BPC students, it is very tough to do all these integrations and derivations. See the solution here. So this is a lengthy solution. I would like to make this lengthy solution into a super simple method. What is asking us to find out? From this equation, he is asking us to find out the acceleration. What is there? It's just common sense. If you use, then you can do wonders. You can do wonders. I am here to help you. Okay. So what I am going to do here is, you just write this equation like v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So convert the above equation like this. So what I am going to do here is, you just square on both sides. Then you will be getting 500 plus 24x. So I can just write this as v square minus 5000 is equal to 2 into 12 into x. You can just compare these two equations now. You can just compare these two equations. Here acceleration is there, here acceleration is there. So instead of displacement, here x is there. So directly you can write acceleration as 12 meter per second square. Is it not the super simple method instead of following all these integrations and differentiation? If you enjoyed, subscribe to my channel, prescribe to your friends and describe the comments below if you want this type of shortcuts. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. My dear students, you all know how BPC students are suffering because of lacking of knowledge of differentiation and integration. But I'll teach you how you can solve this problem without differentiation and integration. I want to help you so that you can clear NEET very easily, very easily. It is easier than biology and chemistry. I mean to say that one. If you follow my all shortcut videos, it is easier than biology and chemistry. You can just see now. So my dear students, here if you observe, he is asking us to find out acceleration, and the equation is given like this: v is equal to square root of 2 lambda s. Okay. And you can just see this lengthy method given in the books, and he is using differentiation, which is very tough for BPC students because there is no mathematical background in their intermediates. Okay, so I'll teach you a simple shortcut method. You can just see, you can write here v square minus u square is equal to 2as. If u is going to be 0, then you can write this as v square is equal to 2as. Now you can see this equation given in the problem. It is given that v is equal to square root of 2 lambda s. Squaring on both sides, you will get V square is equal to 2 lambda s. It's very simple now. You can just compare these two equations. You can just compare these two equations and you can write acceleration. Acceleration A is equal to lambda meters per second instead of going for differentiation integration method. Hope you have enjoyed this and thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Okay, my dear students. So in this problem he is asking us to find out acceleration and velocity is given here. Okay, so we can write now velocity v is equal to bx power of minus 2 into n. So he is asking us to find out acceleration. So acceleration can be written as dv by dt. This can also be written as dv by dx into dx by dt. Why are you going to write like this? Because if you multiply and divide with the dx gets cancelled, again you will be getting dv by dt only. So a is equal to, we can write dx by dt as v, because v is nothing but dx by dt, distance by time here, and this can be taken as dv by dx. So acceleration is asking us to find out. In place of velocity, directly you can write this value, that is bx power of minus 2n, and d by dx of v. V means bx minus 2n. Okay, so therefore acceleration a can be taken as, you can write bx minus 2 power n minus 2n. So if you differentiate this one, b is constant, and this can be taken as minus 2n into x, minus 2n into x minus 2n minus 1, because you all know d by dx of x power n is nx power of n minus 1. So here, what is n here in this case? So this is taken as x power n, means here in the place of n you will write minus 2n. So therefore n x power of n minus means n means minus 2n into x power of minus 2n minus 1. You will write like this. So therefore a is equal to b square, here this 2n you will write like this, minus 2 b square into n, and x power of minus 2n, and again you write this value here, because x power, here also x power means you will add them, that means minus 2n minus 1. Therefore a is equal to minus 2b square n, so minus 4n minus 1. So like this you are getting the value of acceleration here. So you can just see what is going to be your correct option. So I think correct option is going to be the first option. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
My dear students, my mission is to make physics easier than biology and chemistry. This is my mission. I want to make India to be number one in physics, especially for BPC students, what I mean to say, who are struggling a lot to clear physics. At least they want 80 to 100 marks in physics. So my mission is to get 80 marks in just 80 days. That's enough. So now just see here. What he's going to ask in this problem, you can just see here. He's asking us to find out the maximum velocity. A car starts from rest. It is going to start from rest, that is u is equal to 0, and its velocity slowly increases, it becomes maximum. Again it comes to rest and it goes to final velocity to be 0. So here acceleration is alpha and deceleration is beta. Whenever this type of body slowly increases its speed, reaches to the maximum top speed, again brakes are applied, again speed is decreased because of deceleration, comes to rest. In these cases, remember the simple logic that you can find out acceleration. Here very simply, net acceleration will become, it is a product of acceleration into deceleration divided by acceleration plus deceleration. You just remember this simple logic. So net acceleration is product of acceleration into deceleration by sum of acceleration into deceleration. So therefore here a net is going to become alpha beta by alpha plus beta. That's it. Your work is done. Your work is done. It's over now. So you can find out velocity if you want. You can find out displacement if you want. For example, if you want to find out maximum velocity, here you know u plus a net into t here. As u is 0, we can find out maximum velocity as a net, which is alpha beta by alpha plus beta into t. If you want to find out displacement, you can find out very simply, because you can find out displacement like s is equal to ut plus half at square, in which initial velocity is going to be 0. So you can find out displacement as s is equal to just half a net into t square. Your work is done in fraction of seconds without any more efforts. Simply I am going to explain that is half a net is nothing but alpha beta by alpha plus beta into t square. That's it. Your work is done. Hope you have enjoyed this shortcut. So this is going to be your displacement. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Okay, my dear students, let us solve this problem in which most of the BPhistory students have left this question feeling that it is a difficult question. But I will prove that how easy it is. Because it is related to differentiation, most of the students are afraid of differentiation. And differentiation is so easy. It is easier than botany, zoology and chemistry. It's not a tough subject actually. It's a very easy subject. I will solve this problem in a super simple way. You can just see here now. There are two cars, A and B. They start at the same time. And they are moving forward. Their positions are given with a equation. Their positions are given by the equations xa is equal to at plus bt square. Another is given by xb is equal to ft minus t square. Their positions are given. And he is telling that at what final velocity they are having same velocities here. After what time they will be having same velocities. It's very simple. First you have to find out the velocity of this body. If you use displacement as velocity, you have to differentiate. If you use displacement and is asking velocity, you have to differentiate. Try to understand this problem. So here, velocity of A can be taken as dxa by dt. So if you differentiate this one, what happens, A is constant. Dt by dt is going to be 1. Plus again, b is constant. Differentiation of t square, it is 2t power of 2 minus 1, which is nothing but 2t here. Okay, so I will write 2t, and this can be written as a plus 2bt. This is the first equation, you can just imagine, which is related to VA. Okay, so this is related to VA. So I got the velocity of the first car by differentiating. Super simple it is. Why do you afraid of differentiation? I don't know. So just go for the next one. The displacement of the second car is given. The position of the second car or displacement of the second car, both are going to be same. It is given by the equation. Is asking us to find out at what velocity, after what time they are having same velocities. That's the simple thing here. So you just find out the velocity of the B, which can be written as dxb by dt. dxb by dt, if you differentiate, f is constant, it is outside. dt by dt is going to be 1, and this is going to be 2t power of 2 minus 1, because it's just a simple formula here. d by dx of x power n, it is not a rocket science. It is very simple. nx power of n minus 1. That's it. Based on the single formula, you will get 90 to 95% of the problems just based on this formula. That's it. It's not a rocket science, my dear. So after that, what are you going to get? So you got VB is equal to F minus 2T. That's it. Okay. This is considered to be second equation. That is the first equation. He is telling that their velocity should be same. Find the time where their velocity should be same. That's it. What is there here? Very simple. Velocity of A will be equal to velocity of B according to the problem given. Then what I am going to do here, just see. A plus 2bt is equal to F minus 2t. Take t terms to one side. 2bt plus 2t, because this comes to left side becomes 2t, which is nothing but F minus A. Common out t here. Okay, so 2b plus 2 into t is equal to F minus A. So therefore t is equal to F minus A by this 2b minus the plus 2 here, sorry. So you can write here t is equal to F minus A by 2. If you common out, if you get b plus 1, that's it. Because what is this? This is 2b plus 2. So 2 if you common out b plus 1. That's it. Is it difficult? Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
The easiest strategy to find out the solution of this question, which was asked in 2022. My dear students, if you want to find out the slope, okay, so if you want to find out the slope of xt graph, that is position time graph, or it is also called as displacement time graph, if you find out the slope, you will get the velocity. Okay, so velocity is nothing but tan theta. Okay, so if you observe in this diagram B, theta is slowly increasing, theta is slowly increasing, and V is directly proportional to tan theta. If theta is increasing, V is also increasing. V is also increasing. That means it has positive acceleration. So this is going to be your correct option. If you observe in this diagram here, theta is decreasing. Okay, that means as you know that V is directly proportional to tan theta, if theta is decreasing, even velocity is also decreasing. So velocity is decreasing. Therefore, this is called as having negative acceleration. Negative acceleration. So this is the case of deceleration, and this is the case of acceleration. If you observe here, theta is constant. Theta is constant, and you know V is equal to tan theta. Therefore, velocity is also constant. That means acceleration is 0 here. And this is going to be, it is having constant negative slope. Therefore, it is negative velocity. Okay, so it is negative velocity, and the two constant velocity. Okay, so only this is going to be your correct option. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. My dear students, this was the question asked in 2022. So in a displacement time graph, he is asking us to find out the ratio of their respective velocities. You all know that velocity is nothing but slope of ST graph, that means displacement time graph. You can find out the slope by using the that is tan theta. So you can write the V1 by V2 is equal to tan 30 by tan 45, 1 by root 3, and tan 45 is nothing but 1. So therefore your answer is going to be 1 by root 3. That is V1 is to V2 is nothing but 1 is to root 3. So therefore this is the
My dear students, you all know that in shopping malls there is an escalator. Let us imagine this is an escalator. Okay, this is an escalator which is moving forward. Let us imagine the speed of an escalator is 1 meter per second. Let us imagine separately, if you consider the speed of a man is 2 meters per second. Man walks separately on a road, his speed is 2 meters per second. Escalator is having a speed of 1 meter per second. Now here, if the same man walks on an escalator which is already having a speed of 1 meter per second, then this 1 plus his speed, which is 2, is going to become 3 meter per second. Hope you have understood this strategy. Small concept here. With this, it is understood that speed of man plus escalator is equal to speed of man plus speed of escalator, both combined together. But here, whatever the distance is going to travel, it is going to be same. So distance d is equal to time t. So distance traveled is going to be same. So therefore here time taken, net time, okay, is going to be t net. Here distance by time taken by man plus distance by time taken by escalator. Okay, so if you cancel out this d here in all the cases, then finally you will be getting that 1 by tn is going to be 1 by t1 plus 1 by t2. This implies that tn is going to be, if you make LCM and make it reciprocal, then tn is going to be t1 t2 by t1 plus t2. Hope you have understood this super simple method of solving previous year problem. Thank you very much. My dear BPC students or medical students, I want to make physics easier than your biology and chemistry. That is my mission. You just see here, this problem is done by using integration. But I can do this problem without integration by using two shortcut methods. I'm telling you two methods today which are shortcuts here. Now just see. So what is given, you just observe here. It is given that v is equal to 4t plus 5. Okay. If t is equal to 0, you will get initial velocity. That means u is equal to, what is getting? You will be getting here u, if you take t as 0, you will be getting 0 plus 5. So therefore 5 meters per second is going to be initial velocity. So similarly you can take t is equal to 2 seconds, which is given here, that is 2 seconds. Then you will get final velocity, which is equal to 4 into 2 plus 5. So 8 plus 5, that is going to be how much? It is going to be 13. So you can find out now. He is asking us to find out average velocity, isn't it? So v average is equal to u plus v by 2. This is one shortcut. This is one shortcut. Wonderful shortcut. So here, u, what is u? 2. U is 5. V is 13 by 2. Therefore, v average is going to be how much? It is going to be 18 by 2, which is going to be 9 meters per second. This is the first shortcut. Let me tell you one more shortcut here. Second shortcut. What is the second shortcut? You can just see here. You all know it is given that v is equal to 4t plus, how much it is? 4t plus 5. Yes. You can write this equation like 5 plus 4 into t. You can just compare this equation with a general equation v is equal to u plus at, where u is equal to 5 meters per second and a is equal to 4 meter per second square. Okay, 4 meter per second square. So a is equal to 4 meter per second square, getting u is equal to 5 meters per second. That's it. You can find out the displacement here. Displacement is equal to ut plus half at square. So s is equal to u is nothing but 5. Okay, u is nothing but 5 into t. So after 2 seconds it is going to be 5 into t plus half into a is 4, which is equal to, okay, so t is equal to 2, no, just we can write 2 here. This is 2. 5 into 2 by half into 4 into 2 square. So 2 gets cancelled here. What is left now? S is equal to 5 into 2. 5 into 2 is nothing but 10 plus 4 into 2 is nothing but 8. That is going to be 18. So we're getting displacement as 18. So this is going to be net displacement. You know average velocity is nothing but net displacement by net time. So net displacement is 18 and net time is also how much? Net time is 2. That's it. So again you're getting 9 meters per second. So this is going to be a second short trick without integration. You can play with physics if you want with the right mindset. Thank you. My dear students, my aim is to prove that physics is easy than biology and chemistry if you follow certain mindset. So let us solve this problem without integration and differentiation, because especially for BPC students, the differentiation integrations creates a lot of terror. Okay, they create a lot of error also. Why to go for nuisance and nonsense of this type of methods? Have some common sense, because you are not innocents. Let us go ahead now. So what is given? Let us see in the problem. It is given that v is equal to alpha into root x. If you take initial velocity 0, you can take it as a into t. Okay, a into t. So if you observe here, these two are constants. Okay, so you can write now root x is directly proportional to t. Okay, squaring on both sides if you do, you can write x is directly proportional to t square. That's it, your answer is ready. Is it not wonderful technique? Hope you have liked this one. Thank you very much.
The easiest strategy to find out the solution of this question, which was asked in 2022. My dear students, if you want to find out the slope, okay, so if you want to find out the slope of xt graph, that is position time graph, or it is also called as displacement time graph, if you find out the slope, you will get the velocity. Okay, so velocity is nothing but tan theta. Okay, so if you observe in this diagram B, theta is slowly increasing, and v is directly proportional to tan theta. If theta is increasing, v is also increasing. That means it has positive acceleration. So this is going to be your correct option. If you observe in this diagram here, theta is decreasing. Okay, that means as you know that v is directly proportional to tan theta. If theta is decreasing, even velocity is also decreasing. So velocity is decreasing. Therefore, this is called as having negative acceleration. Negative acceleration. So this is the case of deceleration and this is the case of acceleration. If you observe here, theta is constant. Theta is constant and you know v is equal to tan theta. Therefore, velocity is also constant. That means acceleration is 0 here. And this is going to be, it is having constant negative slope. Therefore, it is negative velocity. Okay, so it is negative velocity and the two constant velocity. Okay, so only this is going to be your correct option. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
My dear students, you can see the question here. It's a very complex question. I felt that IIT question was included in NEET, where I think 90 to 95% students might have not attempted this question in NEET. Such a tough question. I would like to explain in a super simple way so that you can play with that question. You can play. Let us play with that question for some time. What is the question actually? Try to understand it beautifully. Then you can solve the problem easily. Whenever there is a question, you have to draw an imaginary diagram. Then it becomes very easy. So he has given that there is a car. This is a car. And it is starting from initial velocity 0. It gains an acceleration of 5 meters per second square. The car travels forward for 4 seconds. The car travels forward for 4 seconds. After 4 seconds, the ball is dropped from the window. The ball is dropped from the window. When a moving car is there, and whenever there is a drop of ball, the ball will not fall vertically downwards. Instead, the ball will go horizontally and strike the ground like this. See, just try to understand. Moving car, if a ball is dropped, it doesn't fall like directly downwards. Instead, it moves forward and falls downwards in a little bit slant way. The ball gets velocity in this direction. This is going to be horizontal velocity and this is going to be vertical velocity. This is just like a horizontal projection question. We have to think a little bit, then you will get an answer very easily. So what you have to do, you know, what is the horizontal velocity at this place, Vx, how much it is going to be? The horizontal velocity at this place is nothing that the velocity gained by the car will be the horizontal velocity of the ball. The velocity gained by the car will be exactly equal to horizontal velocity of the ball, because once he throws the ball from a moving car, it falls downwards with the initial velocity equal to velocity of the car. So velocity of the car is going to be u plus a into t. That is considered as horizontal velocity. U is going to be 0 and Vx is going to be a. What is a here? 5. And after 4 seconds it has been thrown. So it took 4 seconds to travel from here to there. Then you can write 5 into 4, which is equal to 20 meters per second. So once we get horizontal velocity Vx, with the same horizontal velocity Vx, it continues to fall with the same horizontal velocity because there is no effect of gravity horizontally. So horizontal velocity doesn't change. Uniformly it falls with Vx. Here also it is Vx only. So this is angle theta. Now the thing is, we have to find out Vy. With how much velocity it falls downwards. Vy you have to find out. So it has been thrown at this place and after 2 seconds it will strike the ground. It has been thrown here. After 2 seconds it has struck the ground. What does it mean actually? So a ball dropped downwards or a ball thrown horizontally, it will take same time to fall down. It will take, when a ball is dropped vertically downwards or a ball thrown horizontally, they will take same time to fall down because G is acting equally on them. G is acting equally on them. So how can I find now Vy? It's very simple. Initial velocity Uy is going to be 0 here. So in this case, as the ball initially going completely horizontally, at this place Vy is going to be 0 here. Okay, vertical velocity is going to be 0. Then how can you find out this Vy now? Okay, so here Vy is nothing but Uy plus G into T. Vy you have to find out. Uy is going to be 0, G is 10 as the ball was thrown after 4 seconds, and the ball, when it is thrown, it strikes the ground after 2 seconds. So after 4 seconds, the remaining time is 2 seconds. In these 2 seconds, it strikes the ground here. So therefore, in 2 seconds, it has struck the ground. Then it is going to be 2 here. Then we will get Vy also is equal to 20 meter per second. So Vy is 20 meter per second. And Vx is also 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. So if you apply Pythagoras theorem, this is 20. This is also 20. Okay. Then what I am going to get, let us see. So this is a parallelogram. And this is going to be hypotenuse, I can say. So this can be taken as square root of 20 square plus 20 square. So therefore your answer, which is V, can be taken as square root of 20 square plus 20 square, which can be taken as 20 root 2 is going to be your answer. So with how much velocity in a slant direction the ball is going to strike the ground, means it is going to be 20 root 2. Such a simple answer for such a complex question. But really, I felt that the question which should be asked in IIT has been asked in NEET. But anyhow, hope you have understood this one. It's a beautiful question. So he's asking us to find out acceleration also. So once a ball is thrown, what should be the acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. That's it. So we got the velocity as 20 root 2 and acceleration is going to be g, which is taken as 10 meter per second square. This is 20 meter per second. Hope you have understood this question. Enjoyed. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, baby. My dear students, see here, I am going to explain two shortcuts which is explained by Galileo, not myself. It is a Galileo shortcut, I can say. Okay, Galileo, who invented telescope, has explained this shortcut. Okay, we can solve this problem without solving the problem. You can just see here now. So if you see the first question here, which was asked in 2013, and next it was asked in 2022. Similar type of questions. So this is double type shortcut method. You can just see the Galileo shortcut explained here. So Galileo, in the last box which is given in the bottom, which is in green in color, Galileo said that when a body is dropped from certain height, at equal intervals of time, the ratio of distances traveled by the body is 1:3:5:7. Once Galileo has said, if you are smart, you need not do the problem. Just whatever Galileo shortcut he has given, directly apply the shortcut and do these two problems. It's very simple now. So Galileo has said that the ratio is 1:3:5:7. Okay, what is that? A freely falling body, equal intervals of time. If it falls, the distances will be 1:3:5:7. That's it. It is given by Galileo. Okay. So here in this, okay. So in this 2013 shortcut given here, what he has said here, he is asking us to find out the relation between H1, H2, H3, first 5 seconds, second 5 seconds, and the third 5 seconds. In equal intervals of time, Galileo already said that H1 is to H2 is to H3 is equal to 1:3:5. So when Galileo has already said this one, now you can write this as H1 by 1 is to H2 by 3 is to H3 by 5. Directly you can write the answer and you get the solution. And your correct answer is going to be first option. Okay, it is explained by already Galileo. Next, in this question which was asked in 2022, here also is asking us to find out what is the ratio of distances traveled by the body in the first second, second second, third second, means 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, or 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, or 3 seconds, 3 seconds, whatever may be the equal intervals of time, the distance traveled ratio will be equal to 1:3:5:7. So therefore, already as Galileo has said, directly you can select the B option instead of following all these lengthy methods which are given in the books. Hope you have understood. Thank you very much.
My dear students, how can you solve this problem? This problem is related to integration and differentiation, where medical students are facing a lot of problems. But I want to prove that this integration differentiation is easier than botany and zoology and chemistry. Let us go ahead in a strategic way. So super simple method I will tell you. How can you solve this problem here? Now, you can just see what is given. It is given here that time is equal to root x plus 3. So I'm just going to write
time t is equal to root x plus 3. If you see the problem, he is asking us to find out the displacement of a particle when velocity is going to be 0. So first of all, you have to find out the velocity by differentiating this equation. But this equation is not in a proper order. You have to just place it first in a proper order. Then after that, you can find out the displacement. I mean, velocity also you can find out. So for that, you do one thing. Take root x to one side and the remaining terms to the other side. Then after that, you can square on both sides. You'll be getting x is equal to t minus 3 whole square. Therefore, x is equal to a minus b whole square can be taken as a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, minus 2ab, that is minus 60. So you got the displacement now. Now you can find out the velocity by differentiating this displacement. Okay, so let us go ahead now. Step by step process we'll do it. V is equal to dx by dt. If you do, you will be getting 2t minus 6 because here 9 differentiation is going to be 0 as it is going to be constant. So, and he said that velocity is going to be 0. Velocity is going to be 0. At that time, you have to find out the displacement. For that, what you need to do? You have to consider this term as 0. Velocity is going to be 0. Therefore, 2t is equal to 6 here. So, t is equal to 6 by 2, which is going to be 3 seconds. So, when velocity is going to be 0, it takes a time of 3 seconds. Then, let us imagine the diagram for this problem. So you can just take here, a body has certain initial velocity. It travels this much distance before coming to rest, because a body, let us take in a car is there. You apply the brakes on the car, its velocity is going to be 0. After time t is going to be 3 seconds. It is the problem actually. Okay, this is the imaginary diagram. And he's asking us to find out how much displacement it is going to travel before coming to rest. Okay. So let us go ahead with this problem now. If you want to find out the displacement, you have to consider the equation of the displacement, that is x is equal to t square plus 9 minus 60, and you have to place here t is equal to 0 in this equation. Then you will get displacement here. So therefore x is equal to 3 square plus 9 minus 60. Okay, so 3 square. Therefore x is equal to 3 3s are 9 plus 9 minus 6 3s are 18 here. Okay, so this is 18 minus 18 is going to be 0. Therefore your answer is going to be 0. Okay, so displacement is 0. That means body is at rest, body is not at all moving. That is the meaning of this problem actually. Okay, so finally we got a conclusion that displacement is going to be 0. Thank you, have a nice day.